here now. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
High play ball.
First of 3 here on this Tuesday night as the game's first offering is taken for strike 1. Harold Reynolds, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They come in the midst of a stretch where they've dropped 6 of their last 9.
Well, Matt, I mean, simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Hit hard up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. With that, the Yankees have put their leadoff hitter aboard to start out the inning.
Cuando este hombre picha, ¿verdad? No bateamos, ¿verdad? Y cuando bateamos, él no picha. Increíble.
Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez comes in with 6 hits in 19 tries. 2 of those hits were for home runs. And a high strike there, 0-1.
Frozen with a high fastball there. We'll see if they try to climb the ladder even more on the next pitch.
Now a snap move over to first. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. Pitch misses low. The throw down. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily.
Well, I think he's making it pretty obvious why he's batting leadoff, isn't he? Works his way on base to start the game, and then does even better by swiping second to put himself into scoring position. He's trying to make an impact from the get-go in this one.
Eso es lo que yo digo de este manager. Si tú ves que él no tiene a esta noche, le falta un inning para que le den el win. Está en el cuarto inning, tiene 90 y pico de picheo. Sácalo, ya para qué tú vas a arriesgar el juego por darle la ganada a él. Eso es lo que yo digo de este manager. Que él quiere que los peloteros hagan lo que quieran. Suelta a ese tipo, ya mete el bullpen para que todavía pueda ganar el juego. Ahorita le dan un palo y le empatan el juego y él lo saca. No sigue tirando nada. Eso es lo que yo digo de este man, que él es bruto. Él juega la pelota a lo bruto. Toma ahí. Ay, bendito. Yo manillo mejor que Spam huevo. Diablo, loco. ¿Cómo está yendo, Joan?
At the plate, Gary Sanchez. It's been a rough go for him at the plate as he enters this one with a season average in the 230s. And now it appears the outfield will shift and assume a more straight-up alignment. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And this will be fouled away. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now, 0-2.
Well, that's 2 strikes at the knees, and now you find yourself 0-2. I tell you, he's throwing the ball so well, you got to set your sights down low and look for any pitch down.
Levante de la blusa, un chin. Déjame verte adelante. Déjame verte. Ven acá. Ven acá. Levante la blusa, un chin. Ay, pues está lindo eso.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And that slider's almost in the dirt. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Well, Matt, I mean, to me, Washington's thought about as a pitcher's umpire. I mean, it's hard for me as a hitter to hit a ball down your knees. He loves to call the low zone, maybe even below the hollow of the knee. That's tough to hit.
El conflict.
And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job to keep the runners at bay as the count moves to 2-2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
The issue that John Farrell faces, let's assume he gets through this inning. Let's say against Davidson. Do you automatically bring him back out for the fifth inning?
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And that misses ball 4. So it's first and second now with only one away.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
Very quick, clean inning.
Here's Starlin Castro. He comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s. And that misses low and away.
Dale ese traje tranquilo, te jode mucho.
Five straight balls to start the inning, but with the middle of the order up at the plate here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's turned loose. Just has to be the right pitch to hack
at. Here it comes, 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. And he misses 2-1.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick because he's got two guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Just a bit low, ball 3.
Well, now he's falling behind 3-1, and all the pitches have been down. He's trying to get that double play ball, but the strategy has to change now. Now he's got to throw a strike.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Pedroia relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one man left aboard. Yankees nothing. Red Sox coming to bat. It's baseball on MLB Network. CC Sabathia will be on the mound for the series opener. What's your take on him, H?
Well, Matt, he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself. He finally got his first win of the season after failing a couple times to get to that point. Let's see if he can go back-to-back wins now.
Here's Mookie Betts. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Red Sox, right fielder, Mookie.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Previous history with Sabathia, 5 for 11.
Take it.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And fastball just a bit high. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Too high. And it's 3-0. Waiting next is Dustin Pedroia. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. And he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here in the home half of the first in a scoreless ball game.
As if things aren't tough enough here playing in this hostile environment, he walks the leadoff hitter, and oh yeah, he's a threat to run every time he gets on base. Not the way he wanted to start this outing.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia, and he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Good looking sinker on the inside corner.
I like that pitch right there. Nice adjustment. After a 4-pitch walk, he comes right back and throws a strike. That tells me this guy can be aggressive when he needs to.
Sabathia ready with the 0-1. On the ground for Headley at third, could be 2. Here's Castro for 1. Back to first, and they get Pedroia. It's a double play. With that, here's how the hometown Red Sox line up in this one. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Well, one thing's for sure, they love what Mookie Betts brings to their offense. Go look at the numbers. He hit over .310 last year and was consistent most of the year. I'm looking forward to him having another solid campaign.
Here's now. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. Sabathia's ready. First pitch on the way. Tough slider down low for a strike. The pitch. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he'll step out and ask for time. Maybe trying to get this pitcher out of the rhythm he's in right now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And now this will get over the wall down the line out there for a ground rule double.
When you play in this park where the fences are shorter, this is going to happen more often than any other ballparks. When he hit that ball, it took a big bounce and hopped over the wall for an automatic double.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 261 the average coming into action here. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Here's the 1-0 now to Ramirez. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2. Previous history with Sabathia, he's gone just 2 for 13. He also has 1 home run. Here's Sabathia on 2-0. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. It's a 2-run shot for Hanley Ramirez. Home run number 3 here in the early going. And that gives the Red Sox a 2-0 lead.
When that pitch was grooved right down Main Street, he couldn't believe it. He started salivating when he saw it, but stayed back enough to put a great swing on it.
Here's Chris Young.
Left fielder, Chris Young.
As he will take a look at a fastball in there as that strike zone expands just a little. It's 0-1. Looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. The windup and the 0-1. Smoke toward the hole. Carter moving to his right. A flip to the pitcher covering as that will retire the side. So the Red Sox strike for 2 on the 2-run homer. We'll head to the top of the second. It's now 2-0 Boston. Matt Holliday standing in now. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Hard hit ball to second, but Pedroia there to pull it in, and that's the first out.
Okay, let's take a look at the defense for the Boston Red Sox. Brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking at Christian Vasquez, the catcher. Calls a great game. And I tell you, the biggest compliment he can get is how well he frames pitches. I think he gets closer to the plate than most other catchers, and he's able to steal strikes because the umpire can sit closer to the hitter.
Here's Chase Headley. His numbers against Eduardo Rodriguez: 3 base hits in 16 tries. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
Well, he swung right through that on that changeup. The changeup is a tough pitch to swing at for the first pitch because you haven't measured his velocity yet, so you don't know what you're going to see coming your direction.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
Well, that's a pitch right there you gotta just lay off. There's a good chance he's going to throw it on 0-2, and if you can recognize it starting down in the zone, you know it's only going to go down from there.
Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Waiting on it is Benintendi. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Batting 7th, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Here's big Aaron Judge, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well at all in the month of April. First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. 2 out, nobody on. And this is fouled at the plate. Again, he sends it out of play. Here comes another 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode on an 0-2 count.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's through for a hit. So the 2-out base hit, and the top of the inning is still alive.
Now that's a swing you want to put in your memory bank. He got off to a slow start here in April, but that's something to build on. And if he can continue to move forward, we'll see him get the average up soon.
And he'll step off and fire to the bag. And the runner will get back standing. Here's Didi Gregorius. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. And he's looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start this year. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a liner. But this is a foul ball.
Man, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball. And he's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. Working for the punch out and the offering. High pop up. Rodriguez just to the right of the mound. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Yanks leave 1. They trail things here 2-0. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. The average just a few ticks shy of 300 for the season, so perhaps a hit or two in this one could put him up over the top. Now the first pitch from CC. Right there for strike one. 0-1 count and the pitch. Well, he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. You still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
And now time is called for and granted by home plate umpire Clyde Washington. Ready with the 0-2. And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
All right, here's how the Yanks line up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. I'm looking down there at Brett Gardner. You know, Yankee Stadium made this guy one of the best defenders because it's so spacious. He had to go a long way to center, and being left-handed, he had to backhand a lot of balls. So as a result, he learned how to get great jumps on the baseball and makes great plays.
Now at the plate, Christian Vasquez. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one stayed up a little high. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. That missed. Close. It's ball two.
He may be down 2-0 after those first two pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
And he gets the call that time for strike number one. CC ready with the 2-1. This ball will be chopped foul. Now the 2-2 home from Sabathia. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball three. And he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball four.
We knew coming into this game that this guy has a tendency to give up a lot of free passes, and history repeats itself as he's already given up 2 walks here. I'll tell you, effectively wild is a pretty tough thing to be.
Stepping in, Josh Rutledge. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Matt, here we are, double play situation, and everybody knows he's got that sinker. Maybe get a ground ball and get 2, right? But he comes with the fastball right there. Now nobody knows what to see. This is going to be an interesting at-bat.
Look over from Sabathia. Here's the pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Judge is under it. And he makes the catch for the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Batting ninth, designated hitter, Jackie Bradley Jr.
Here's Jackie Bradley now. Previous history with Sabathia. He's got 5 base hits in 20 at-bats. He's gone down on strikes 8 times as well. He's set. Here it comes. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike one. On On the ground up the middle. Gregorius is there. He'll send it on to Castro at second, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Digging in, Chris Carter. He'll stand in to open things up here in the third.
Chris Carter.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And a strike called at the knees. 0-1.
One strike.
Had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you gotta bring the pitch into the zone. Chasing that one there, right there, I'd go back and throw it to him again.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a fastball just a bit up.
Wow, kind of an interesting pitch call there. The batter flailed at the pitch away on the previous one, so you'd think you'd go right back there, but instead they decided to come in, make him prove he can adjust before you do.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Again, a 1-2. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Into the box, Brett Gardner. As he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. He singled to open up the ball game. And he misses with it. 1-1.
Now that's a slider that's pretty easy to recognize. Started on the outside, you know it's going to continue to run off the plate. But one that's difficult is that one that starts in at you and still breaks over the plate.
Good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle center cut. Tough pitch to take.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Two and 2 count. Here it comes. And that misses, so it's a full count. 3-2. Waiting next, Jacoby Ellsbury. 1 out, nobody on. A fastball here, and this is softly hit and fouled off to the left.
Well, they got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, follow up with a fastball, and he's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
Another payoff pitch. And another foul ball. He'll try it again. 3-2. Hit to first. Ramirez gloves it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Good pitch right there to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
Ready for another chance? Jacoby Ellsbury. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Line drive to center field. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So that 2-out success means Gary Sanchez will get to hit here.
You talk about a free swinger. First pitch, and he hits a ball that's down and away and gets a base hit. Man, that's not what I'm looking for first pitch, but I got to tip my cap to him. He executed it.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Gary Sanchez. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike.
Well, that was a big 2-out single we just saw, and for pretty obvious reasons. The inning went from totally under control to now. He's got to deal with some dangerous hitters here with a runner on base, and this is how 2-out rallies start.
Has a look, now the pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Inside and low, 2-1. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. A fastball right over the outside corner. A runner on first with 2 away. Now a snap throw to first, and he's back in standing. Set to deal on 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Yankees. They're down 2-0.
Ay,
Stepping in and ready for another shot.
coño, cago en la madre, hermano.
CC Sabathia to get the inning started. Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a sinker that had a little bit too much dart to it there as it just about came in and nailed him.
What makes hitting so difficult is covering both sides of the plate, and that hard pitch right there that was inside makes it awfully tough now to cover both the inside and the outside part of the plate.
Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now. Cold strike on the change, 2-1.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
Now time asked for and granted by the home plate umpire.
La puta madre.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Slider right over the middle, taken for a strike.
Oh, that was a good-looking slider to hit. It kind of hung him one. When you got a slider right there and it's spinning towards you, that's the one you annihilate.
He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now. And now in advance of a big 3-2 pitch, time is called at the plate as he'll press the reset button. Now the 3-2 from Sabathia. Ground ball right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Well, here they go again. A single to start the 3rd inning. Now, they've already got a few runs on the board. This is exactly what they wanted to do. Stay aggressive, keep attacking. And here they are at the leadoff guy in the 3rd.
Digging in to try it again, Dustin Pedroia. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. from the stretch. The fastball down near the shoe tops.
Tom, thank you very much. I'll tell you what, the Orioles can't wait for May to end. They've had a bad month.
Nobody out, runner on first.
Giving up the lead.
Now we'll step off the rubber and go to first. Runner back standing.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. Hit by pitches last time. He's 0 for 2.
Now the 1-0 from CC. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
Well, I like that, taking that strike right there. Look, he's already walked a couple guys early. He's not throwing the ball consistently in the zone. You have to be patient and make him work.
One pitch and a nice call for the change. It's 1-2.
Look, Matt, this guy's got a great sinker. Here's the key. He's got a runner on first base. This is where you get that ground ball double play. Make him chase that hard sinker and hit it into the dirt and turn one over for you.
Ready on 1 and 2. In the air now, out to left. Gardner is there. He's got it one away.
And a chopper along third, and a fair ball called by Frazier, and got him at
The shortstop, number 2, Xander Bogart.
That's very close at first base for Hanley Ramirez. I wonder if the Red Sox might take a look at that.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Xander Bogaerts. He scored a run after stroking a double in his first at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on.
Looked like it was kicking in the foul territory, then came back in the fan territory. Ramirez had it running hard all the way, but the throw just beat
Here it comes, 1-0. And the changeup is way low that time.
That could be one of the downfalls of pitching out. It puts you behind in the count, and if you throw another ball, you're kind of in a difficult spot.
The only man in the Red Sox lineup without a hit so far is Sandy Leon. Frazier will fire it again young, and now we'll retire the side. No runs to hit.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now. On deck, there's Hanley Ramirez.
Hi guys, it's great to be here in the desert, at the mall, on the mountain, at school, at the beach, in the Big Easy. Yeah. Today I want to show you guys the next gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think?
And he'll just lay this one in there. 3-1.
It looks aggressive.
But not overbearing. It's not too big, not too small.
Runner at first here, 1 man out.
At the same time, it looks like a car you can take to a nice event.
You can dress it up or dress it down. You're like the perfect type I need. I would take it anywhere.
I want one.
I love it.
Fly ball out to straight. Judge moves over. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, Ramirez.
Ready to take his hacks again, Hanley Ramirez, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up. He's set, and the pitch. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. 2 out with the man at first. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Took a good cut that time, but comes up empty. 2-2.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
And there he goes towards second. And here's a ball hit in the air. Judge on the move. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. 1 left for the Red Sox, but they're on top 2-0. Striding in once again, Starlin Castro comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Castro.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. And now pitch on the way. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Betts shading to his right. 1 out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Matt Holliday.
Matt Holliday standing in now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. And the slider stayed low apparently for a ball. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Hit pretty well out to deep left field. But it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard.
Well, the Green Monster comes into play. You don't see that many other places. I don't think any other place. That's the coolness of Fenway Park and the Green Monster. You get held to a single, but man, you hit a ball off the Monster. You can tell everybody that one.
Here's Chase Headley as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he lays off for ball 1.
That one looked like it could easily have gone the other way. There's a big difference between 0-2 and 1-1. But now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
Two and 1.
Well, he clearly read the scouting report. This guy's been sizzling hot, and look at how careful he's been pitching him.
And the pitch on 2-1. Hit back up the middle. To second for 1. On to first, and it's another double play. They're second in the first 4 innings as that one will retire the side. The Yanks held in check. They trail it here 2-0. Here's Chris Young. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Number 30.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Looks at a two-seamer right down the middle. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
Oh, wow, that's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow, not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Wow, that's a close pitch to take, but when you're a good hitter like this guy, to take that pitch on 0-2, you have to have a pretty good eye.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Line to the right side. But that finds the first baseman's glove, and that's a tough first out.
Center fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, he really struggled in the first inning. Say struggled is kind. He really had a bad first, but man, he's made a nice adjustment now and is really starting to dominate this game.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Now here's the pitch. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
So far in this game, he's the only guy in the lineup that's gone down on strikes.
Yeah, and he might strike out for a second time right here.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Hot shot down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line.
That was really special. You know, he was down the count, and he just said, I got to battle. He battled it through and got rewarded with the base hit the other way.
Into the box now, Christian Vasquez, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. He drew a base on balls his first time up. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. And a fastball just below the knees, ball one.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
Here's Sabathia on 1-2. Fouled straight back. Now another 1-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Judge is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, third baseman, Josh Rutledge.
At the plate, Josh Rutledge. He flew out in his last at-bat. Look over from Sabathia. Here's the pitch. Hit down the line at first. Sabathia pauses. Here's the 0-1. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at.
You got to be thinking he's going to throw that changeup eventually. He's got your 0-2, hasn't shown it yet, and you know that's his out pitch.
In the dirt. And he is safe at second, and the wild pitch here could prove costly with 2 away.
Well, the graphic here isn't going to properly show just how far that pitch was from the strike zone. That thing wasn't even close, and I think it made the decision to move up a base pretty easy to make.
Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Another 1-2 delivery. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. And now this is bobbled out in center. The runner from second crosses the plate.
2 out, 2 strikes, down to the last strike of the inning, and he's able to hang in there and drive the ball for a base hit. Good job of battling right there.
Bradley Jr.
Here's Jackie Bradley now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Trying to keep things going now with a runner at first following the RBI single. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning.
A run on 2 hits in the inning for Boston. We played 4 full. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Yankees nothing. Now at the plate, Aaron Judge. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one right down Main Street.
They can't afford to continue to fall back any further. They got to get something going on the offensive side. Somebody's got to step up, give a big hit, maybe even a home run, drop a bunt, do something. But this offense has to get going.
A windup and the 0-1. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Now the pitch. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2.
Well, they haven't had a lot of offense in this game. Right now, though, you got 3 balls here. Maybe this will be the leadoff walk that gets things going for them.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Well, we always expect him. If he's got 2 hits in the hit column, something's going to be over the boards. But, hey, he'll take the 2 singles. Not complaining.
Here's Didi Gregorius. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He popped out in his first trip.
Today I want to show you guys the next gen Chevy Equinox. What do you think? That's pretty sexy. All-wheel drive. Look at that. It looks aggressive. But not over
The set and the 1-0 pitch.
Nope.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Well, we all know he's not the greatest threat with the bat up there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
2-0 count and the pitch. Hot shot on the ground to short. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit.
2-0 count. You're looking for your pitch. He does a nice job. Got a pitch, drove it, and got the base hit to the outfield.
Chris Carter.
And now it appears the outfield will shift and assume a more straight-up alignment. Here's Chris Carter now, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball 1. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. In there, and it's even at 1.
¿Qué tú haces, más?
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Boy, good inside fastball right there. Trying to tie the hitter up, trying to keep him from getting those arms extended. A pitcher's pitch.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they're content to play station to station here as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out.
Well, that's a big hit right there. You might be wondering why they hold the runner up. Now you have bases loaded. Anytime you have no outs, you don't want to force that guy to be thrown out. Now you put the pressure on the defense with the bases loaded.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Here's Brett Gardner now, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. A bullet to first base.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And the runners will stay put here on ball one. That's wide, 2-0.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0, and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
No runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. Here's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. This could be trouble now. It's 3-1. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. This is flared out towards second, but this is hauled in by the second baseman.
Now batting, catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Ready once again, Gary Sanchez. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Bases loaded, no outs, and they get 2 outs, and it looks like you're 1 out away from getting out of the whole inning. You got to come up with a big 2-out hit here. You don't want to walk away with the bases loaded, no out situation, and not score.
The 0-1 pitch. Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is 1 pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
Took something off there as this pitch is in the dirt, but handled quickly behind the plate. No runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. And he comes back to get him. So a great job pitching out of it with the bases loaded. Yankees leave them loaded. They trail it here 3-0. Digging in and looking for more, Mookie Betts. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th. First offering on its way. Looks at a 2-seamer right down the middle. Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that is through into right field for a single. So the leadoff man is aboard to start out the inning.
Well, there's an opposite field base hit right there. He's off to a great start here in April. Maybe that's why, because he's using the whole entire ballpark, the whole field.
Here comes Yankee manager Joe Girardi on his way to the mound. And he's going to make a move. That'll be all tonight for CC Sabathia. So he'll depart after working just 4+ innings, as this will not go down as a quality start, that's for sure. Brian Mitchell is going to take over here in inning number 5, so it'll be a bullpen game from here on out.
Brian Mitchell.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. Pitches a cold strike. The throw won't get him. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Popped high in the air. Castro is there for it. 1 away.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Ready for another shot now. Xander Bogaerts. He doubled earlier in the game. 1 for 2 to this point. Runners on the move for second. Pitch outside. The throw. And he'll just reset things here. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Clearly trying to control the running game with the slide step here.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game, Matt. The problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. Hanley Ramirez waits on deck. 3-0 count. Here it comes. And he misses with that one for ball 4. So that'll put runners on first and second now with 1 away.
Man, when you don't get a call on a pitch that good, you have to wonder if maybe it's personal. You can't blame him for being angry, but he's got to find a way to move on and focus on the next batter.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. First delivery to him on the way. And this one gets away. So now 2 men in scoring position.
Well, you live by the sword, you die by it too. He went with an off-speed pitch down in the zone, and that's the risk you take there. The catcher can't come up with it, and
and while we talked, that pitch got away and ended up hitting him. So he'll head down to first on the hit by pitch.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious if you ask me, guys. Whenever you hit a guy with runners on second and third and first base open, the players in the opposing dugout take notice and probably aren't too thrilled about it.
In now, Chris Young, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a liner, but foul. Ready with the 0-2. And he chased it in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Stepping in now, Andrew Benintendi. Pops him up, and this should get him out of it. Gregorius is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he strands. The bases loaded. Red Sox leave him loaded. They lead it 3-0. Here's Starlin Castro. They'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6.
Starlin Castro.
Into the windup and the pitch. Line towards center field. And Castro's got himself a base hit. So the leadoff man's aboard in their half of the 6th inning.
Another single. You talk about putting hits together and having nothing to show for it. They've got a bunch of hits and are yet to score.
Striding in once again, Matt Holliday. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
The Red Sox without a hit tonight are Hanley Ramirez and Sandy Leon. Sox have 13 of them.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline.
Well, the leadoff man getting on right there, Matt. They are falling so far behind. They have to capitalize. They have to get some runs and get back in this thing.
Now the 0-1. Grounded back up the middle. A step on the bag for 1. Back to first, and they're able to take care of Holliday as well. A double play.
Now batting, third baseman, Chase Headley.
Ready for another chance? Chase Headley. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. Here comes the first pitch. A fastball that finds the outside corner. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
Pitch on the way. And this is going to be a foul ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And Headley's able to lay off there. He's got it back to 2-2. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Yankees. They trail in this one 3-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Christian Vasquez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Curveball that time, not even close.
That's just not a competitive pitch. I mean, that ball isn't even close. Now the hitter's sitting 2-0.
2-2 will not be made. Time is granted.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
In fact, the Astros come to Fenway for the last 4 games.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Headley is over, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more, Josh Rutledge. A hit in 2 tries so far. Into the windup and the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
On a night where they had to score some runs. Now you wouldn't think in a Chris Sale game they need these runs, but they do.
And that's right there, and we're even at 1.
Again with 2 strikes. I mean, this guy, he's just amazing with 2 strikes on him.
Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fooled him badly there. I mean badly. It's 1-2. Bases are empty. 1 man out.
11-6 Red Sox here in the 8th. Running on back-to-back once tonight.
Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. And he makes the throw to first. Rutledge is retired. 2 down now.
Now batting,
Digging in once again, Jackie Bradley Jr. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball. Throw on to Carter gets him to retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Yankees nothing. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Scorched to third. Stopped on the slide by Rutledge. So 1 away after the phenomenal defensive effort.
Boy, I'll tell you, the defense has been stellar all night long. They've got the shutout work.
Into the box, Didi Gregorius. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's working on a 1 for 2 game so far. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. There's a changeup over the outside corner. 1 out, nobody on. High in the air into shallow left center. Young comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 2.
Now batting, first baseman, Chris Carter.
Here's Chris Carter now. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And he'll step off and try again. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In the air now out to right field. On the move is Betts. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So the Yanks go 1, 2, 3. Still down 3-0. Here's Mookie Betts. Couple of singles to his credit thus far.
Right fielder, Mookie Betts.
First pitch on its way. Way out in front.
That's a big pitch right there. Now he's got him 0-1. And he still may not be comfortable. Even 0-1, he's still a pretty good hitter when he's down the count. This is a big pitch right here.
Now a fastball. Look out as he has to duck out of harm's way there.
Boy, that's a good pitch right there. The old school guys would call that a little bit of chin music up and in. See if he can get him to move off the box a little bit.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Carter is over and he's got it for the first out of the inning.
The second baseman, number 15, Dustin Pedroia.
1 away, and here's the 2008 AL MVP, Dustin Pedroia. First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes a knee-high fastball. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole. 0-2.
That's so difficult to hit. Hard fastball and a nasty curveball. You just have to sit on one or the other and hope he throws the one you're looking for.
Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. The next 0-2. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Well, I bet the manager breathed a sigh of relief when he saw he wasn't hurt that badly. The last thing they can afford to lose is a guy like that for any length of time.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Comes set, and the 0-1. Takes this the other way to right. Judge is there, 2 down. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting, first baseman,
Hanley Ramirez will stand in here, but before he does, let's take it back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Not his best effort that time. It's strike 1. A runner on first with 2 away. This one's down to third. Headley's got it. He'll send it on to Castro at second, and the inning is over. We'll see the speedy Brett Gardner start things out when we come back. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Yankees nothing. Here's Brett Gardner now. We're in the 8th now, and nothing's changed out there on the mound.
Well, I've been very impressed with how this starter's going about his business, Pat. He's looked really sharp, and it's hard to know if it's had any effect, but getting that early lead from his offense could have really helped settle him in. Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base, so I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And he's safe.
now batting, center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
So a runner at first now with nobody out, and that'll bring in Jacoby Ellsbury. Now time is called as both guys in the bullpen are ready to go. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Now the pitch home to Ellsbury. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
As a hitter, you know the pitcher's trying to work you down around the knees in a double play situation, so making him get a pitch up and actually in the zone is a must.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch to first. One there. And a good save at first on the offline throw, so they just get the one.
Well, he definitely rushed himself on that return throw to first there, and he threw it away. They got to force at second, and the runner didn't advance, so it'll just be scored a fielder's choice.
Here comes Sox manager John Farrell on his way out to the mound. And he's going to motion for his bullpen here. That'll do it for the starter tonight. So he'll head for the showers as he stands to win this one if the bullpen can find a way to protect his 3-run lead. Joe Kelly enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with one out in the inning.
Joe Kelly.
Into the box now, Gary Sanchez, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2. From the belt, kicks and deals. In the dirt here. And he is safe at second base as the decision to move up pays off, and that'll likely be scored a wild pitch.
And I think that's the case of the pitcher being a little too preoccupied with the speed at first. He lost focus on making the pitch and throws an absolute scud. The irony, of course, is the runner's now on second, and he didn't even have to steal.
And he doesn't want him to get off to a big lead out there at second, so he steps off to look him back. One out and a runner on second base. And now it appears the outfield will shift and assume a more straight up alignment. 3-2 now.
Boy, that was an awfully close pitch right there. I know if I'm on the mound, I want that pitch called a strike. That's one of those that could go either way.
Ready with the payoff pitch. Hit out towards second. There to get it is Pedroia. Throw gets him, 2 down. Fenway Park in Boston. It's the 8th inning, and fans here can feel it. They lead the dreaded Yankees here as you get a look at our game's line score so far. Here's Starlin Castro, and with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. 2 outs here with a runner at third. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. The Yanks leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Here's Chris Young. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Left fielder, Chris Young.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Well, he's pitching really good in this game, and the fastball location has been the key. That pitch right there is indicative of the game. Down low, hits a spot. That's what he's been doing with the fastball basically the whole game.
Headley is there for it. 1 down.
The center fielder, number 16, Andrew Benintendi.
The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
He doesn't look like the same reliever right now, but listen, this is his 4th inning of work, and there aren't very many relievers that can go 4+ innings and be rock solid all the way through.
2-0 count, and the pitch. Looks at a curveball over the inside corner.
That's evidence of a pitcher and catcher being totally in sync out there. That tells me they both know that's a good pitch for him right now.
Now here it comes. Drilled to the right side. And that is going to sneak on through into right. It's a 1-out single.
That ball's right in his wheelhouse. Man, the pitcher got lucky. He hit a screaming line drive. Had he lifted it, he'd be jogging right now for 4.
Standing in now, Christian Vasquez, as he lifts it in the air to right field. Judge is right there as he takes it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, third baseman, Josh Rutledge.
Digging in to try it again, Josh Rutledge. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Pablo Sandoval will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first.
Sandoval.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Turned on down the line, but this will be a foul ball as he's behind 0-2 now.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
The 0-2 home, slow grounder to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Red Sox leave 1, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Pablo Sandoval is going to go ahead and stay in the ballgame and play third now.
Now playing third base, number 48.
Matt Holliday standing in now. He's going to lead things off in their half of the 9th as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
Craig Kimbrell takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door. Smoked on the ground left side. That gets through, and he'll start the inning off with a base hit. The 9th inning's underway with a leadoff man aboard via the single.
Well, that's what you want right there. Late in the game, leadoff single. Now, they still got some work to do. You got the tying run on the on-deck circle, but they've got a shot now.
Here's Chase Headley as he'll take a look at ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Ready with the 1-0. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And a knuckle curve missed that time. 2-1.
He's pitching him with the respect of the power hitting left-hander that he is. If you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me the opposite direction. I like the strategy.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And the knuckle curve freezes him as he becomes out number 1. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
first pitch of the at-bat. Aaron Judge comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Here it comes, 1-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. One and one. Here it comes. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Seared down the first baseline. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Fans, a reminder that our series with the Yankees continues right here tomorrow night. Seats are going fast. Make sure to stop by any stadium ticket window on your way out of the ballpark or check us out online at redsox.com. And we'll see you here at Fenway Park. Looking for the latest information regarding the Sox AAA affiliate, the Pawtucket Red Sox, and AA affiliates, the Portland Sea Dogs? Then pick up a copy of this month's Red Sox magazine or check them out online at minorleaguebaseball.com. Fans, now you can own a piece of history here at Fenway Park. Order your very own Fenway Park seats, taken from the lower right field seating bowl. These seats have seen a lot through the years. Now they can be your own. Visit RedSox.com for more information.
First pitch on its way. Didi Gregorius is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Right there, Matt. You know, they get the leadoff man on, and they haven't been able to advance him. That's why they're not scoring runs. You got to hit and run, steal. Do something to get that runner moving. Get aggressive.
0-1 looked like a knuckle curve, and it's 1-1 now. And in previous meetings with Craig Kimbrell, hitless in 3 at-bats. Here's the 1-1. And he swings and misses. A good pitch there, and the Yankees are down to their final strike now.
That is just a tough pitch to hit. As a hitter, you see that ball start right down the middle. You go to swing, and it disappears away from you.
1 strike from a shutout. Here it comes. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
Just more of the same from Craig Kimbrell. He comes out of the bullpen and fires a scoreless 9th inning to pick up the save. Business as usual for one of the best in the game.
And tonight's ends as a 3-0 shutout win. Eduardo Rodriguez earns win number 4 on the season. CC Sabathia was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. Craig Kimbrell hammers down the save, his 7th of the campaign. So that's a wrap here tonight. Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, thanking you for watching.